Hello everybody, it is Andrea and today I'm coming at you with a plan with me, of course. You saw from the title we are going to be using the Austin, I believe it's called. Is it called the Austin kit? Yes. And this is exclusive art to my shop, so you won't find it anywhere else. And this is based on the city that I currently live in, which is Austin, Texas. I've been here for 10 years and I thought what a better way to celebrate a decade in this city than to use this set. This week was very exciting because I was in Disney this week. I was doing the 5K. I was going to do the 10K, but we'll get into how tragically tragic everything was. Not really, but we'll get there. So let's go ahead and just hop right on into this. I did use matte silver foil, and all of my scripts are from Plana Hannah, as well as my custom quotes there as well. So let's go ahead and start her up on Monday. On Monday was quite the boring day, quite the normal day. So we're going to go ahead and put in that I was tired AF this day. So we're just going to use a little thing label for that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And like I said, all of my customs, all of these scripts are from Miss Planahana. So for marking that, we're going to use one of the mini icons from the foil bundle. Then I just worked at home this day, so I'm going to use one of the like little rounded boxes, as well as a computer from the Doodle sampler. I think that works perfectly fine to mark that I was working at home. And then I did go into SPC just to print orders so Kirsten can fill them. So for that, I think I'm going to go ahead and just plop this in. Normally I'd cut this, but it's just like a regular bougie box, which are these things in the background, so I don't really feel like I need to, want to show a lot of that underlay. So I'm just going to use a Dymo label printer from my shop to mark that. That is doodle number 193. It's a crazy thing. I think we have 900 doodles, which is wild. Then Lila did have a play date this day, which I think this is actually technically her first like one-on-one play date. Usually we do play dates with like a lot of different families, but this was her first play date, and she was so excited for one of her friends to come over. So let's go ahead and put that in. So there's little Miss Lila, even though, like I said before in a different video, she has bangs. So play date, and then I just hung out with the fam, and we did finish apple cider vinegar this night. Nick and I. So let's go ahead and put that in first just so I can kind of see how much room I have left. So let's plop that in here. And then I will use the Netflix doodle from the Netflix sheet. This is a custom kiddo. I do think I have like some kind of version of them in the shop though. So we have apple cider vinegar, and in the middle just hanging out with the fam. So I'm just going to grab another one of the fancy labels from the kit. And for hanging out with the fam, I don't know what I want to use. Actually, I might just use some of the stickers from here. These are just like sticker party, different like rides and stuff. But I did go to Disney this week, so I want to kind of like sprinkle some Disney throughout. Usually I use a Disney kit, but this kit came out a long while ago, and I've been wanting to use it, and I feel like for 10 years, that just is like the best use for it. On Tuesday, I went into SPC to pack orders. So for that, I'm going to use the little Happy Meal sticker, which I feel like is the perfect little use for it in my planner, is for packing SPC orders, which I love so much. I've been having so much fun packing up y'all's orders. And then Nick and I went to go... Oh, I accidentally used the wrong box here. I don't really think it matters too much. Does it? Nah, I don't care. So we went to the tile shop, which is as exciting as it sounds, if I'm going to be honest with you, to look at tile. And then we also went over to Taco Bell to eat, food. Also, if you go to Taco Bell ever, basically, make sure you're using the app, because I feel like all of the best deals are on the app. And it's just honestly wild how much like not using the app costs. I could go for Taco Bell right now. sounds yummy, delicious. And then I did go to Tony and Luigi's with, wait. I remember going to Tony and Luigi also this day. I'm going to put it in, but I can't say that I remember that, if I'm being honest with you. All right, we went to Tony and Luigi's for dinner? No. Maybe we just got a drink at... Oh, I think we did just get a drink at Taco Bell. Because I am something else. And this is... We went to Tony and Luigi's recently with Nick's dad, but this was not the time. This was the time Nick and I just went to Tony and Luigi. I remember. So, Tony and Luigi. Afterwards, I had to pack for Disney because your girl hadn't yet. So let's go ahead and plop that in. And that's like a little Nick custom sticker, but by the time that you see this, it will be in the shop in case you want to pick it up for anybody in your life. It has been highly requested. So for packing, I think I'm going to use the little, maybe I should do like different sheets though. I'll do the little aliens dude from here. I think it kind of works because I feel like the spread is like pretty colorful. It's definitely a little bit more muted than these stickers, but honestly, it's whatever. And then I also did have to run to Target because I was having a little bit of a minty bee over my outfits, and I was like, I feel like I need a jacket for running, and thank goodness I did get one because I would have probably just been wearing like multiple Spirit jerseys if I had them. So went to Target and picked up like a running jacket, which I definitely will be using more often than just at Disney. So I felt like it was a reasonable purchase. And then I was just hanging out with the kidders in the PM. So I think I'll just use one of these for that, for hanging with the fam. Let's go ahead and grab another Disney sticker. Let's use this Avatar one for that. I think that's gonna be cute. I think it's gonna be subtle Disney nods. Then on Wednesday, we were leaving for Disney. So let's go ahead and put in that we went from Austin to, how do I want to put this in? Let's do a rounded box for flying. And then I'm just going to use another one of these. Let's do Buzz Lightyear. Oh no, we'll do Dumbo. Duh, that makes sense because he flies. And Austin to MCO. And we got there and we went to All Star Sports, which is where we were staying. Then we went to Disney Springs and got Chicken Guy, of course. I love me some Chicken Guy. Plop that in. I think for this, I will just use maybe, I'll do the little French fry sticker. I didn't get French fries, but Hannah got French fries and I ate some of her French fries. So that, and then we also did a little bit of shopping, of course. If you're going to Disney Springs, you're going to do a little bit of shopping. So let's grab another one of these stickers. Let's use Figment, I think. Purple doesn't really match, but like I said, we're just doing it this week. Why not? Also, I totally scratched this. I feel like the Micron is like a fine thing to have on hand in case you buy scripts. Because the laser printer ink just sometimes scrapes right off if you're not careful. Okay, shopping. And then afterwards, we did go to Hollywood Studios. So I'm going to mark that kind of bigger because I didn't mark in every single like ride we went on or anything like that. I don't think I did last time either. I'll just mention all of the things that we did. So we did Tower of Terror. We did Rock and Roller Coaster. And we did Midway Mania. I might actually use this. It's kind of bigger, but... And I feel like I kind of have to put it this way, even though I would normally put it like over here because I like to do every other. But I think when in Rome, this spread is already looking a little chaotic, I'm not going to lie, but we're going to put her in. So we did that, and then we went to Garden Grill, which is at Epcot, for dinner, we had never been there before. It's a cute little spot and the food was very good. So let's go ahead and grab the little Remy sticker because like I said, that is an Epcot. So might as well, but I definitely recommend if you've never been there to try out Garden Grill. It's a nice sit down family style meal and it's an easy way to see some characters and it's not like you can book it the same day. So why not? Then on Thursday, we went to the Expo Center and did all that. I needed to pick up my, let's actually do that in a smaller thing. I needed to pick up my race bib and shop the merch, of course, and all of the things, my shirts, blah, 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 blah. So we went to the Expo Center, which was very fun. I got one of the pretty early groups. So let's go ahead and put in the little shopping bag icon from the foil bundle. And then afterwards, we went to the Polynesian for lunch. We went to Kona Cafe, which I think the service here was horrible, but the food was pretty good. So for that, let's do this little parrot, I think. Maybe. If I have to pull them up a little bit on the other side, I will. Might as well. Kona Cafe. And then afterwards, we went to Magic Kingdom and watched the parade. I think it was really, really busy this day at Magic Kingdom, if I remember correctly. And I get very overstimulated very fast. I don't think we stayed too long. So, let's use Poo Poo, which is what Theo has and still calls Winnie the Pooh. I think it's so cute. Theo just reminds me of Winnie the Pooh. Oops, there's my phone. Okay. Magic Kingdom. Then we got to watch the new Country Bears, which was very exciting because I love the Country Bears and I was nervous to see kind of like what they did with like the new like everything, you know? So we went and watched that and it was so good. I think we watched it again another day and it was fantastic. If you haven't seen the new one or if you've never just went and watched it in general, you need to go watch Country Bears because it's so good. I just wish they had more Country Bears merch. I feel like they're missing a big old mark on that, on some good Country Bears merch. We did the train to the front then because we didn't really have any like plans this day. We just kind of were vibing. I'm going to do the little Mickey Mouse for the train, of course, from the foil bundle. And then I went to bed early this night because I knew that I had to get up the butt crack of dawn the next day for the race. Had to wake up. I think I woke up at 4. Last year we woke up. We were very diligent with like, okay, it says to be there by 4. You need to get there at 4. No, I was the last. Since I was in the last corral, I was like, I'm gonna get there as late as possible. And I still stood in corral for about an hour. And that's with getting there. An hour later than they say to get there. So then on Friday, I was up early AF, of course, for the said race. I listened to my audiobook during the race so that I didn't feel so lonely. So I woke up early AF and we'll do a little moon sticker for that because I think that makes the most sense. I did do the 5K. It was so cold. I have dealt with cold before, like in my life, of course. But I can't really say that I've dealt with this type of cold before. It was cold. It was windy. I felt it in my bones. It was what everyone was like talking about basically, was how cold it was. It was like bone chilling. My joints hurt so bad. I did not do the 10K the next day. I definitely feel like I could have, based on like I was walking and my pace based on like the 5K. I could have definitely did the 10K and like did like intervals of walking and running. but it was so cold. I was like, absolutely not am I doing this. So I just did the 5K and called it a day. And then I did come back, and I don't think I initially was going to take a nap. I think we were going to kind of see what we wanted to do. I think we were going to go eat or something. I don't remember. But then I ended up taking a mean old nap. I think I took like a 3 or 4 hour nap, if I remember correctly. So I'll go ahead and do this little candle sticker for taking a nap. And Hannah just read her book. I was like, you want to go to the parks? You can. She's like, it's good. Then we went to Epcot. So for that, I will put it in kind of a larger box for Epcot. Epcotians. Let's grab the Epcot sticker sheet. Let's go ahead and do the flower and garden. Is that what was happening? No, it was art. Festival of the Arts, the farts. So let's put that in. Again, I'm going to have to put it this way because it just only makes sense. And do Epcot underneath it. I probably could have moved it down a smidge, huh? Festival of the Arts, which objectively has the worst food options. But since we're there for it, might as well plop her in. Use the sticker. We went on Spaceship Earth, which I don't really care about. Living with the Land, which is fine. Guardians, which is my favorite ride at Disney. Figment, Nemo, and then we were trying to figure out what we wanted to eat for dinner, and we basically didn't have a lot of things planned as far as what we wanted to do. So we just kind of went through the list of everything that was available. And the things that were like physically the closest and like had the shortest wait, the top, well, there was like a couple, but is it the Beer Garden? Is that how you pronounce it? And I never really like thought about it. I was just like, I don't know if Hannah would like it. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what, she probably actually would like it. So I kind of highly suggested it, and we went, and she loved it. And honestly, it's a vibe, and the food is very, very yummy there, and I have very fond LOL memories. If you know, you know. If you know the story, you know the story. And then I was sleepy AF despite my nap, so I did end up going to bed very swiftly that night. Then on Saturday was our Magic Kingdom day, which we got so much done this day. So let's go ahead and plop that in. We did go on magic carpets. In the morning, it was crazy because until noon, there was, like, nobody there. Or maybe it was, like, 11. There was nobody there, which I feel like is not the normal for Magic Kingdom. So, magic carpets. We went on Pirates. I woke up pretty early and got the, Splash Mountain. That's funny. What do I want to use for this? I'll do this because this is, like, no longer a thing. The Astro Orbiters, like, took apart. But I woke up early and got us a pretty early callback time for Tiana, even though they didn't start calling people up until like 11-ish. But we like basically walked on with our time. I feel like that still looks weird. We did the train, the People Mover, Carousel of Progress, Space Mountain, Country Bears again, Little Mermaid, and Haunted Mansion. So I feel like we actually got a lot done. And then honestly, I was feeling very, very overstimulated this day because it got very busy all of a sudden. But I feel like we actually, like, especially looking at it now, I'm like, we actually got quite a bit done. So we did I went to Pecos Bill for lunch. Pecos Bill is one of my favorite quick services at Magic Kingdom. Well, actually, I think it was my favorite quick service. I mean, I don't really know. I guess it still is because there's not a lot of good options to eat at Magic Kingdom. But, and also I was having really bad joint pain this day. Like, I was kind of like limping a little and my like hip leg kind of thing hurt. But anyways, Pecos Bill changed their menu, which I was severely sad about because I didn't know that was like something that was happening. So I did try it. It was still like good, but it was just kind of a bummer that they like changed the whole entire menu. Like, why fix what was broken? And I think Hannah had Casey's. I think she had Casey's twice. And then we went back to the room, and I was like, yeah, I just want to like go back to the room and like read and vibe. So I did finish, which I'm actually going to figure out how I'm going to put this in here. I did finish a book this day. I was reading The irresistible urge to fall for your enemy, which is an e-arc of, it was like, it's one of the three big fanfics, Draco Hermione fanfics that's turning into like actual novels. So like they kind of like redid everything to like not infringe on the copyrights and blah 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 blah. But it was really good, really good. Enemies to lovers, fantasy. Doesn't have any like Harry Potter vibes really at all. It's a completely different magic system, completely different everything, but it was really good, slow burny. Like I don't even think there was spice. If there was, I don't remember it, but it was so good and I really, really enjoyed it. It was very funny, which I'm not, like, fantasy usually has like a couple little like things, but this one was very funny. And it kind of took me a second to like get into it because it is what's the word? Like it's very like English, like words, dialect. No, I don't know how to say. I don't know how to like describe it. You know what I mean though? Like lots of verbiage that I'm like not 100% used to. So I feel like I had to like think about it a little more. But once I got into it, I was into it and I was loving it. And then the second, which I think is the duology, comes out whatever. Then I also read Muted Volume 1, which was also an e-arc, and it is a graphic novel. It's actually on my like Amazon wishlist for forever now, and I'm so excited to continue reading the series because it again is a fantasy graphic novel and it is really good. And then on Sunday, we went home. I was so tired. I feel like at this point I was kind of like shutting down physically, if I'm being honest with you. Like I was feeling the feels this day of like I'm tired. Also had like a crazy mentally exhausting couple of weeks. So I was kind of poop scooped and ready to get sleeping in my own bed, if I'm being honest with you. So for on the way home, I think I'm going to use Buzz Lightyear because he also sort of flies, sort of kind of pretty much. So did that. And then on the way home, normally I read, but I decided that they had, I don't remember what we were flying, but they had like free movies on like, is there no audio? I don't know. I almost passed away because I looked up and the audio like little section was like gone and not there, and I was like, no. But I think before this I was like messing with the ISO and I might have like bumped the like what shows up on the screen as like visuals for me recording. But anyways, on the way home they had like free movies on their like whatever app website, I don't know. So I watched Juror 2. It has Nicholas Hoult in it, which I think Nicholas Hoult is such a babe. And I watched that, and I also did a little bit of Sudoku on my phone. Sudoku is like one of the very few things that has stayed on my phone as far as like a phone game goes. I just love me some Sudoku, so I did Sudoku for the landing, I think, and I got to watch all of Juror 2, which I thought was very interesting, very good. Very like leaves on like a thinky kind of cliffhanger, not cliffhanger, but like it leaves you thinking at the end. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I wanted to mark in that it was 10 years in Austin, which is honestly kind of wild. I didn't know like whenever we moved here if this was going to be like where we stay or not, because we had never visited Austin prior to moving here. We just knew we wanted to move, and I was like, Nick, I don't really care where we go. I just don't want to be in Pennsylvania anymore. So he picked Austin because at the time of moving, Nick thought that he would probably get a job eventually and work in tech, and there was especially at the time, a booming tech like community of working options here. I don't really know the words related. That's not me. I don't really know how to speak. But just hung out with the kids, and then we got home like really early. Like I think I got home like to my house at 10 a.m. because of the time change. I think that's a thing. And then also our like flight was at the butt crack of dawn. So we were up early and out, and then I did take a little tiny nap when the kids were use Flick. I love Flick. I love Bug's Life. It's probably one of my first favorite movies as a kid. Let's do it like this. But I did take a little tiny nap. I'm gonna put him in a little crooked, but took a little nap while the kids were either napping or doing their like quiet time. But I was pooped. So did that, and then I was feeling wild and crazy, and I was like, oh, Nick, like we need to make sure that we go to the movies because we do have like Alamo, like an Alamo like subscription thing, like where you, this is really not like what I would use this whole section for, but I don't know why I thought that this day needed to be this big. What is it called? Like a membership to Alamo Drafthouse where they charge you every month and then you can go see like movies with, you just pay the like convenience charge for them. Which I was like, we just need to make sure we're going. Otherwise it's a waste of doll hairs, you know? So he was like, well, do you want to go now? Or like today? And I was like, I mean, I guess, question mark. And then, so basically he called my in-laws and they were like, yeah, we could come over and watch the Kidders. I'm going to put in Muppets 3D Vision because I think that's so funny. And I don't think that that's going to be, like, the next time I go to Disney, it will not be there. So we went to Nando's prior because I wanted some real yummy food. I think I'm going to cut it and just write Nando's. But Nando's is so yum. I'm so glad we have one in Austin now. Just opened not too long ago, Nando's. And then Nick and I went to see Brave New World, which is the new Marvel movie. I have seen now like 4 Marvel movies. So the whole thing is always quite confusing for me because I never really know what's going on. But I will say out of all the movies that I've seen, this one was my least favorite out of all of them. It felt very made for TV movie, if that makes any sense at all. So let me show you what is going into the good old D-stash pile. Probably use some of these little deco flecks to kind of like sprinkle around first, and I'll definitely be saving these Disney stickers, but the rest of this stuff will be heading to my D-stash pile for a future D-stash giveaway. But that is everything for the spread. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Disney ride is. I would love to know, and it doesn't have to be Disney World, it could be Disneyland, Disney Tokyo, anything that you like. I would love to know. But otherwise, I will talk to y'all in my next video. I love you, and I hope you're having a great week, and talk to you later. Bye!